Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this amazing, incredible day. Wow, what an incredibly inspiring day. I feel so uplifted and so excited. I'm your host, Karen Palmer. I'm the Mindful Media Mom and the Queen of Global Kindness. You are on Spirituality Gone Wild, and we are celebrating the inspiring and uplifting women on Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day. Wow, look how far we have come as a beautiful society in looking at the ways that we can be more conscious and kind to one another and really see each other as equals and looking at ways that we can have unity consciousness. This beautiful guest that I have, please type into the chat where you're watching from so that we can start to connect with our beautiful global family here. And we have our beautiful, let me just pop here, show you who we have. Our beautiful ShaRon Rea is here with us. And I want to share this amazing woman, the work that she's doing in the world and how important it really is, and really give this a beautiful voice for no judgment, just love. And please share this out. I want to talk to you about this amazing movement that she has happening, which is the No Judgment, Just Love movement. And once you meet ShaRon Rea, you know without a doubt she is a passionate woman on a serious mission to make the world a better place. She is the founder of the global movement No Judgment, Just Love, whose mission is to inspire humanity to live together with unconditional love. One courageous action at a time, ShaRon designed the No Judgment, Just Love charm, which I have on right here, worn as an inspirational keepsake, reminding the one who wears it and all who see it to move from the negative to the positive and treat each other with respect and kindness. With her business, The Whole Family Coaching, ShaRon is a champion for outstanding family relationships. Her joy and purpose is to educate and inspire parents and children and teachers to live together with love, respect, and cooperation. ShaRon is a dynamic facilitator as well as a compassionate life and family coach. She's an expert in parenting solutions for co-parenting after divorce. Single fathers, parents, raising teens, and every caregiver committed to raising happy, well-adjusted children of any age. Yay! I love this beautiful, beautiful movement that you have, this no judgment, just love. And I love that you are. How does this actually work to really see more kindness in the world by using No Judgment, Just Love?
Thank you, Karen. And hello, everyone. Thank you so much. I hope you were with this beautiful woman all day. She has been the Energizer Bunny, interviewing some awesome women. So thank you for tuning in with me late in the evening or whatever time it is in your part of the world. The kindness movement by the Queen of Global Kindness, Miss Karen Palmer, is huge around our world, even though the media isn't always on top of telling those stories. Many people are kind in Starbucks. They buy the coffee for the person behind them. Many people are kind in the store. They open the door. But when it starts to get to people that you view in a judgmental way, and that means either it's your neighbor who's rude to you all the time, it's your family member that you just can't get along with, it's the clerk in the store who's going really, really slow and you're in a hurry, it's the person who has a culture that you have an issue with, those places and others limit our ability to effortlessly be kind because we have a judgment about that person. So we will just pass them by and go to one that we think we're more aligned with. Well, no judgment, just love gives you the choice, because it is a choice, to decide, you know, I do have this judgment about this person, and I really am going to work on moving that aside so that I can be kind to anyone and everyone.
And you have done just that. And you have done that in such a beautiful, beautiful way. And so many lives have been touched by your beautiful wisdom. And now you are embarking on a new fun adventure, a musical coloring journal. Tell us a little bit about this and the amazing tour that you're planning on. We're going to be coming to, you'll be coming to a city near us, right?
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness,
Tell
Karen,
us a little bit about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have been the founder and living the message of no judgment, just love for about 4 or 5 years. And it is a practice. Let me tell you, every day, judgments come up in my mind all the time. And I work with my GPS, remember, which is our greatest personal shift to go from judgment and reactive behavior and thoughts to conscious response. I'm going to pause for a minute and then decide how I'm going to respond. So through that, I decided that I wanted to write a coloring journal book for kids as well as adults, because right now those two groups are segregated. If you go to the bookstore, you can go to a kids section and get a coloring book and a journal for kids, and you go to adults. But what about those parents that have children that they love to share experiences with? What about those kids that want to sit up in their grandpa's lap and really talk to him about things because he's so wise? So here's the draft cover. No Judgment, Just Love coloring journal book. And it is for, as you can see, created to inspire, what would I say, human kindness and compassion in adults and children. And the artwork, isn't that gorgeous? Is by my beautiful friend, Laura Thurbin, who is an magnificent person. She's a teacher and she's an artist. She's doing a show tomorrow that I get to go to. And she is as inspired by this message as I am. So the two of us are collaborating together on this book. And I have written a poem that I am working on becoming a song for No Judgment, Just Love. And both of those things I envision, this is my big dream, so I'm sharing my big dream with you, be sponsored, Karen, by someone, some entity that loves this message to be able to help produce the books and work with me to go around the country in locations where judgment exists. Now, is there any place on the planet that isn't? So prisons and schools and our legislature in Congress in DC, oh boy, would I love to be there with a coloring journal book for them in their quiet time. And yes, they do have quiet time because I was a lobbyist in New York, so I know about government. To be able to go with the message of, and here's the first line of the poem. Can you imagine a teenager sitting with their mom and reading this sentence and coloring? I am becoming who I am meant to be. And no judgment, just love shines the way for me. Isn't that awesome?
It's absolutely amazing. And you know, there's so much need of no judgment, just love in so many different families. Can you talk to us a little bit about how does this affect a teenager? How would this affect somebody who is really in that struggle of being in the trenches of being a teenager? How can this help them?
You know, I don't know how many of you listening have teenagers. I have two daughters who were teens. They're 27 and 21 now. And I have many, many, many friends that have teenagers. And teenagers really isn't just an age. It doesn't start at 12. It starts with the behavior of your children. And that could be at 7 years old or 8 years old. They're displaying this, who are these people that are now in my family? Where is that little child that did everything I asked them to do just because I asked? They're not doing that anymore as teenagers. And that is so appropriate because they are becoming who they are meant to be.
Love
and
it.
We are a society that does not help with that effort. Because in our media and in our music, we have so many shoulds. You should be thin. You should not be thin. You should be this. You should be that. And kids absorb what's around them. And so when they're absorbing, I'm not good enough for any of the things that I do, that's the song and record that goes on in their head. So no judgment, just love displayed by their parents for a child who is not getting all A's. For a child who doesn't want to go to college, for a child who doesn't talk much. If you can find the love, the nourishment, the non-judgmental actions, thoughts, and words for that child, whether they're your child or a child you meet in the store or a child you're teaching, that child now gets to have a new song in their head that says, I am worthy. I belong here. People aren't afraid of me just because I have wacky behavior, which comes from my brain, which isn't fully developed yet. Just you wait, I'm going to be awesome. But don't treat me with judgment right now.
And do you feel that that's a way for children to, teenagers to learn how to navigate their emotions with no judgment? Because there's so much going on in their day-to-day life there's so much information overload.
Yes.
How can no judgment, just love help to inspire them to have that emotional balance?
Well, this is really the purpose of the book tour. And even before I get to have this beautiful opportunity to travel the globe with this message, I get the privilege of working in schools here in Scottsdale, Arizona. So next month, I'm going to be able to work with parents and middle schoolers, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, which is the prime time, and offer them some options about what to think about the things that are happening for them in their lives. So and I'm using some of your wonderful pictures, Karen. So I have my hula hoop.
Yay, awesome.
That I'm going to take and say, you have the privilege with no judgment, just love, to put yourself first. And putting yourself first means within your hula hoop, you get to discern, which is a little bit different than judgment. Judgment places us against them. It's one side or the other. When teenagers learn to discern and widen their scope of what's possible, because remember, every teenager hears from their parents and hears from their teacher and hears from this music and media, this is who you're supposed to be. This is how you're supposed to act. And if I can come and offer them a wider thought process, I'm going to offer to them some of yours combined with mine, Karen. So when a judgment is coming on as a teenager, stop, which for us is going to be stress, time out, please. Stress, time out, please, because I'm getting stressed that I'm judging myself or someone else is judging me. And then you're going to have a PB&J moment. Remember peanut butter and jelly? Mm-hmm. Well, PB&J for this time means pause. So after you say stop, stress, time out, please, pause. Breathe. And for J, just consider something different.
Beautiful. And how about for people who have been through a divorce? You have been the expert for divorced families and really helped so many families to have no judgment, just love. How can no judgment, just love help somebody who's just been through an extremely challenging divorce?
Well, I've been there. So I have a compassion and awareness for moms and dads, husband and wife, who've had an adult relationship that for whatever reason is moving apart. Especially when you have children, it is valuable to use no judgment, just love to edit your words. Because your words, as you say, Karen, are your wand. And if your children hear all of the negative judgments that are in your head that come out through your words, it colors their world. So the first thing I offer is to think of this relationship as an adult relationship. But if you have children, they are in part of this as well. So it's no longer my ex with that spit in your face, the way you say it. How about it becomes my former spouse? Because my former spouse doesn't have that same negative relation or any real relationship with your child. So you can have that